The God who made iron grow did not want slaves. Therefore he gave saber, sword, and spear to man in his right hand. Therefore he gave him bold courage, the rage of free speech, so that he would prevail to the last drop of blood, even unto death in the struggle. Ernst Moritz Arndt.
After Napoleon was ultimately defeated in 1815, the German states established the German Confederation with the intention of restoring the old order and preventing any other revolutions. However, the growing sentiment of freedom and nationalism proved nearly impossible to squash. Many of the young men who fought in the Napoleonic Wars now found themselves in student fraternities, which were an important pillar for the growing nationalist movement. Throughout the first half of the century, the growing nationalist sentiment flared up several times. In 1817, around 500 Protestant students gathered at the Wartburg to celebrate the 300-year anniversary of the beginning of the Reformation, and to protest the reactionary politics of the German Confederation. Books by conservative authors were burned during the festival. In 1819, radical students murdered the conservative writer August von Kotzebue. As a reaction, the Confederation issued the Karlsbad Decrees, cracking down on free speech and forced reformers out of local governments. A cartoonist put his displeasure about the decrees into a caricature.
How long will we still be allowed to think?
In 1832, in the wake of the French July Revolution, which had occurred 2 years earlier, several hundred people gathered at the so-called Hambach Festival, a mass demonstration against censorship and oppression, and for freedom and national unity. Protesters brandished what was about to become the flag of the revolution: black, red, and gold, the colors of the Lützow Freikorps. One of the initiators of the festival, the journalist Philipp Jakob Siebenpfeifer, said in his speech,
"We dedicate our lives to science and art. We measure the stars, examine moon and sun. We make God and man, hell and heaven into poetic images. We rifle through the worlds of body and mind. But the emotions of patriotism are unknown to us. Researching what is necessary for the fatherland is high treason. Even the faint wish to just strive for a fatherland, a home for free men, is a crime."
In retaliation, the Austrian Chancellor Prince Clemens von Metternich, who was still fighting the wave of nationalism, prosecuted the attendance to the full extent of the law. Some of the initiators, like Johann Georg August Wirth and Siebenpfeifer himself, fled to Switzerland. 1 year after the Hambach Festival, in 1833, a group of roughly 100 insurgents tried to incite a revolution by breaking into the guardhouse in Frankfurt to steal weapons, then capture the members of the Federal Convention, which was in session nearby. However, authorities were warned of the attack and it failed. In the following shootout, 9 people were killed and 24 injured. The insurgents, however, eventually managed to escape, and some of them fled to the United States of America. In one way or another, all of these incidents led up to the revolution. Retroactively, the years between 1815 and 1848 came to be known as the Vormärz, or Pre-March. In 1841, after France tried to reclaim the German territories west of the Rhine, Heinrich Hoffmann von Fallersleben wrote the Song of the Germans, putting the sentiment of the Vormärz, the quest for a nation, and the fight for liberty and against political oppression into a song.
Unity and justice and freedom for the German fatherland. Towards these let us all strive, brotherly with heart and hand. Unity and justice and freedom are the foundation of happiness. Flourish in the radiance of this happiness. Flourish, German fatherland.